Hello everyone, I am Christina Joseph and I am a data science and business analytics intern at the Sparks Foundation. So this is my third task, which is exploratory data analysis. Firstly, we will understand the problem statement. In this data analysis task, as a business manager, we need to figure out the weak areas where we can work to enhance the productivity of the retail. We will implement this exploratory data analysis on dataset sample superstore, and I have also provided the link of the dataset. Generally, exploratory data analysis is different from initial data analysis, which focuses more on what the data can tell us beyond the formal modeling, like to discover patterns, to spot anomalies, to test hypotheses, and to check assumptions. So let's initialize the process. In order to use a module, it has to be imported. So here I have imported all the required libraries. Pandas is a powerful Python data analysis toolkit for reading, filtering, manipulating, visualizing, and exporting data. NumPy is used to perform a number of mathematical operations on arrays. Matplotlib is used for data visualization. It consists of several plots like line, bar, scatter, histogram, etc. And these plots help us to understand trends, patterns, and to make correlation. Here I have read the data from remote link. Now .head function is used to return top n rows of a data frame. Here I have passed 10 as a parameter. So we can see it has returned top 10 rows of the dataset. Moving ahead. Next step is data pre-processing. It basically a data mining technique that transforms raw data into an understandable and readable format. So here dimensions of the data frame represents there are 9994 rows and 13 columns. .shape function is used for this purpose. To access all the column name, we will use .columns function, and in the output we can see what all columns the dataset is consist of. Now let's detect the categorical and continuous variables. .dtypes function tells us which attribute contains continuous variable and categorical variable. So here our object type like ship mode, segment, country, city, state are having categorical variables, and float type like sales, discount, profit represents continuous variables. To check if there is any missing values in the dataset, we will use .isNull.sum function, and we can clearly see that our data is not having any null values, which is good. Let's put this in a form of a summary. So I have created a new data frame which is called temp, and in this data frame I am storing the data type, null count, and unique count. So when I print this, I will get against each of the variables the data type of the variable, the null count, and the unique count. .describe function returns the statistical description of the dataset, like we can see count, mean, standard deviation, the different percentile, max, and so on. .info function, this method prints information about a data frame, including the index data type, column name, non-null values, data types, range index, memory usage, and so on. Third step is data manipulation. Pandas duplicated method helps in analyzing duplicate values only. It returns Boolean values. So to get sum of total duplicate values, we will use .duplicated.sum function. There are 17 duplicate values. Now to remove these duplicate values, .drop_duplicates function is used. In place is equal to true means the data is modified and updated in place. Again I have used .duplicated.sum function, and you can see there is no duplicated value left. Next we will remove the unnecessary column with the help of dot drop function, and the postal code column has been dropped successfully. Proceeding to the major step, that is exploratory data analysis. Firstly, I have imported the Seaborn library. It provides a high level interface for drawing an informative and attractive statistical graphics. Dot pair plot function is used to plot multiple pairwise bivariate distribution. In the output, it shows the relationship for combination of a variable in a data frame. Now we will check the correlation, which means the strength of linear relationship between two continuous variables. For that, I have plotted a heat map, which is a two-dimensional graphical representation of data where the individual values that are contained in a matrix are represented as colors. We can visualize profit and sales are around 50% correlated, and there is approximately 10% correlation between quantity and profit, whereas profit and discount have no correlation at all. Now we will perform univariate analysis on ship mode. So here I have plotted pair plot. The hue parameter determines which column in the data frame should be used for color encoding. We know that ship mode contains 4 features, and here we can see blue color represents second class, orange, green and red for standard, first and same day respectively. But in this graph we can see that getting an abstract visualization is quite difficult. So to get more precise visuals, firstly we will find the value counts of unique values with the help of dot value underscore counts function. There are 5955 unique values in standard class, 1943 in second class, 1537 in first class and 542 in same day. Next, visualizing count plot for value counts of ship mode. Dot count plot is used. Here in the output we can see that the value count graphically, where standard class is the highest and same day is the lowest. Moving ahead, we will see which sector can provide more profit by performing bivariate analysis. Group by function is used to split the data into groups based on some criteria. The plot here demonstrates the simplest way to use group by function, where ship mode is the selected column, profit and sales are the grouping column, and dot plot dot bar for bar plot, color black for profit, blue for sales illustration. Also I have set the figure size and label for y-axis, that it's profit and sales. By observing, we can conclude that the profit and sales are the maximum in the standard class and least in the same day. Similarly, performing univariate analysis on category. Here we got the value counts for category, and let's visualize this in pie chart. First I have set the figure size, the test props, which stands for test properties. So the font size for test is 15, title is category, plot.py for pie chart, and then passed all the required parameters for appropriate presentation, that is value counts, index of category value counts as labels. Autopack enables us to display the percent value using Python string formatting. In the pie chart, we can notice that 60.3% consists of office supplies, which is the highest among all the 3 categories, and least ratio is of technology. Now let's see sales and profit based on category. This will eventually tells us which category should be uplifted for more profit. Computing top categories in terms of sales from first 100 observations. Computing top categories in terms of profit from first 100 observations. And plotting the bar plot. So from the displayed bar graph, we can visualize the maximum profit and sales are in technology category type. Likewise, we will perform the same operation on subcategory. In the pie chart, we can see binders contains the highest proportion, whereas copiers comprises the least ratio. In terms of profits and sales, we can clearly interpret that copiers have the highest number of sales and profits, while tables have the lowest. In the above graph, we can distinctly notice that tables have negative profit, which means loss. Correspondingly, analysis on state implies that California and New York has the highest number of customers, which means profit and sales are highest in these states. On the contrary, few states like Wyoming, Virginia has zero or no sales at all. Analyzing different segments in the same way, we can understand that profit and sales are maximum in consumer segment and minimum in office segment. While performing similar functioning on region like value counts and then bivariate analysis, we can come to a point that the West has the highest sales ratio than all the other three regions. Region versus ship mode. This will tell us that at which region what kind of shipment modes are preferred. The presented count plot specifies that the standard mode of shipment is opted by most of the customers in each region, and same day is the least preferred shipment mode of every region. Now we will see if there is any correlation between profit and discount. By using .core function, we can see in the output that profit and discount are negatively correlated. Now by plotting line plot, we can visualize the correlation graphically. Further, let's detect the interdependency of sales, profits and discounts. For this, I have used scatter plot. So the illustrated graph clearly implies that if we give more discount on our products, sales increases but profit decreases. So after considering all the observations, we have gathered all the weak points which needs to be acknowledged to come to a conclusion for more profit. Thank you.